This is Jim Emter, Van Ahn Company, Alexandria, Minnesota, with your closing grain and livestock comments for May 24th, 2019. Corn market up 14.5 on the week, up 21. Soybeans up 8 1/4 on Friday, on the week up 8 cents. Chicago wheat up 19 1/4 on the week, up 24.5. Minneapolis wheat up to the tune of around 16, up 20 cents on the week. And KC wheat up 16 3/4, up 21 3/4 on the week. Overall, a great finish to the week and a great weekly close for really all the markets. We'll see what we can build off next week. But weather, one of the major features, we continue to have a cool, wet forecast for much of the central and western belt. The 8 to 14 day looks a little warmer, but still quite a bit of moisture around. So over a long weekend, keep in mind markets close on Monday. We'll see how the weather forecast adapts and change. We'll exit 4 days out of each one of those models, enter 4 new days in, and that may create some dynamics into the Tuesday session. Market expectations are for the market to have planted maybe 10 to 15% of the crop only in the condition report. So we're going to be at a record historic behind pace average for the corn, soybean plantings, and we'll see just what kind of dynamics that brings. Market anticipated that going into the long weekend, and we'll have to see where we come out here. Price counts, July corn 421 and then up to 493. New crop price counts December right now 427 and then 485. So we're starting to talk some big movement here if we can start taking out these next price counts. We'll see how everything unfolds there. Soybeans kind of along for the ride, but with obviously the MFP payment and announcement of that, everybody's trying to digest what that means for plant versus planting more beans. We'll get more clarification, I would imagine, as we work into next week. The Minneapolis wheat market is entering some price targets, and we'll need to be attentive to that here as well as we start getting in towards this 575 to 610 area for both old crop and new crop spring wheat. Live cattle up 37.5 to down 35. Feeder cattle up 20 to down 52.5. Hog market down limit $3. On the week, we had live cattle down 10, feeders down 8 or up 870. Really, truly down on the weekly. August was down 227.5, but the weekly is going to show a positive 870 type trade. And the hog market down 595. As we look to the cattle and hogs, cash trade in the cattle 114 to 118 live, 186 dressed. Good export sales this week, but we just couldn't put much together and hovering around base support. Hog market, as we look to that, some rumors that maybe vaccine progress is working, but a lot of estimates that it's going to take 3 to 5 years to really figure out a vaccine for African swine fever. But export sales were okay this week. Cutouts have fallen a little bit and kind of a back and forth type market environment, and concern over usage with kind of the weather trends that we're seeing. So strap in for a wild week next week. Obviously only a 4-day trading week with Monday closed, but we would expect very big dynamics as we work into it. Have a great weekend. This has been Jim Emter. Trading in futures and options involves risk of loss and is not suitable for all producers. Past performance is not indicative of future results. This is a solicitation.